Hi, I'm Malcolm.
And I'm Rachel. We're two Canadians living on our 39-foot mainship trawler, living an adventure of a lifetime. We invite you to follow along as we travel 6,000 miles through Canadian and U.S. waterways around America's Great Loop. Good morning from Bird Island. We had a really nice night here. We thought we may have a lot of motion and noise in the boat because of the current, because we're right near the inlet, but it actually wasn't so bad. And this morning we're preparing to leave. It's I think around 6:30. The sun is just coming up, and we're preparing to leave now so we can take advantage of the tide giving us a push for at least a couple of hours. After that, we know it's going to slow down a bit, but may as well get a push if we can. So we're just preparing to leave. Malcolm's up at the upper helm, just preparing the upper station, and I'm preparing things down below, and we will be off very shortly, lifting up the anchor. Hope you're having a great day. Today we'll be traveling approximately 43 nautical miles. It'll take us about 6 hours, depending on how many slow no-wake zones there are. And we're just going back towards the ICW from Bird Island at this inlet. We had to come in here, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so, drive in. So we're going back the same way we came to join the ICW again. And once we get onto the ICW, we'll have about 2 hours of push from the current, at which point the tide will change and we'll probably be going against the current for the rest of the time, depending on where the inlets are. But it should be a good day, and we've started early enough that we should have most of the afternoon at anchor, and we're headed towards Carolina Beach. There's an anchorage there just south of Wilmington, North Carolina. And as we go out right now back towards the ICW, we're crossing the South Carolina, North Carolina border. We're going to cross it a couple of times as we head back towards east direction. So now we're in our 12th state, North Carolina, making our way north. That sailboat there just made it under the bridge. Malcolm was cringing watching him go under, but he did it. I guess he knows exactly how tall he is, and the tide is pretty much at its peak right now, so he's lucky he made it. approaching the Cape Fear Inlet actually a lot faster than we expected. The tide we thought would be against us for longer, but actually it gave us a bit of a push, so we're approaching this inlet, and we know there's a lot of big ships that come in and out of there, so we'll keep an eye for that. And once we get there, we'll be turning directly north and heading up to Carolina Beach to an anchorage.
Good morning. This is a report from the bridge. Today we're heading east and soon to be heading north in the ICW. We're coming up to Cape Fear, and then we'll be heading north up to Wilmington. And that will be close to the end of our trip today. We've got another 2 hours to go north. We'll be anchoring just off the ICW. It's been a very, very pleasant day today. The temperature's a little bit warm, no wind, and being on the ICW, there's no waves. The real advantage today, which I didn't really expect, was the tide has been in our favor about 80% of the time so far. We left at 7 in the morning. It's now about 10:30-ish, and we're ahead of schedule because we've been pushing about 8 knots on average the whole way. So that's really good. Well, hopefully it'll continue when we turn the corner. And we're running, for those interested, a little above 1800 today, just to make sure we can account for some of the tide. And that is a report from the bridge. Good morning. Just a quick update. We're coming into a big harbor, and a large tanker has just gone by, the Ginga Panther, who's heading into the harbor, and he's doing 8.7 knots against current. So you can imagine he's going to push quite a way. Luckily, we're quite a bit behind him, but just an example of the size of ocean-going vessels that you'll see when you're going on the loop.
We've arrived at our destination at Carolina Beach Harbor, and Malcolm has already launched the dinghy. We're just about to get in there and go to their dinghy dock and go into town and maybe do a bit of shopping. Yep. And it took us about 5 or 6 hours.
5 hours, 5.5 hours.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't a long trip. It was really good. I think I talked to one of the reports from the bridge that we got some really good speed out of the tides today. And no matter how I try and calculate it, it always seems to be opposite. I thought we were going to be slowed down, so we sped up.
Anyway, we had a good day, and we saw some interesting things along the way. And it's a beautiful day now, just a light breeze, and we're just going to go in and see the town.
It should be a great night, too.
Yeah.
It's really nice here.
We got our groceries and now we're heading back.